The Color Thief.
The world was entirely grey.
Not a muted, stylish grey, but a relentless, soul-crushing absence of color. The sky was the same flat ash as the pavement, the trees, and the faces of the people who shuffled along.
Everyone just accepted it.
It had been this way for as long as anyone could remember, except for Illyra.
Illyra worked in the city archives, a vast, windowless building where she filed away endless reports on grey weather,
grey productivity, and grey demographics. One Tuesday, while cataloguing a shelf that hadn't been touched in 100 years,
her hand brushed against a small, rough wooden box. Inside, nestled on a bed of dry velvet, was a single, perfect, polished stone.
It wasn't grey.
It was an impossible, blinding blue.
The blue of a forgotten ocean. The blue of a last summer sky. The moment Illyra pulled it out, a sliver of colour leaked from the stone and kissed the grey wall.
A bright, startling lemon yellow. She gasped, shoving the stone into her pocket.
Over the next few weeks, she became the Color Thief. She pulled the stone out in private moments in the empty stairwell, under the shelter of a bus stop, in the dead of night. Each time, the blue stone would exhale a burst of colour,
a fiery red on a grey flower,
a lush green across a withered bush,
a warm orange on a blank canvas. The changes were small,
barely noticeable to the conditioned eyes of the grey populace,
but Illyra saw them.
One morning, the chief archivist,
a man whose suit was the ultimate shade of non-committal grey, stopped her.
"Illyra," he said, his voice a flat drone. "I see a splash of
marigold on the 3rd floor. I want to know why." Illyra just smiled. A real smile, the first she'd ever truly felt. She reached into her pocket, pulled out the blue stone,
and dropped it into his startled, outstretched hand. The shock of the colour was too much for the man.
He stiffened, then let out a strange,
choked sound, a sound that was almost a laugh. He looked at the blue stone, then at the marigold smear on the wall, then at Illyra. For the first time, his grey eyes sparkled. The Color Thief was caught,
but in a world starting to look at a flash of yellow on a grey wall and wonder,
what is that?
She realized her crime was already her victory.
The seed of colour was planted, and it was spreading.